So here we have our flow chart, and it's all filled in with all of our organisms. And the first thing I did was I went through and I color-coded all of the organisms that I know are pigmented, because that would be a really easy giveaway. If you saw one of those colors, it would give you only one or two possibilities depending on the color. So when we look at your blood agar, we saw no pigmented colonies. So we can just get rid of these because we know that's not what you have. The next thing we notice is that on your blood agar, you didn't have any beta hemolysis. None. There was nothing that happened to break down that blood agar around the colonies. So we know you don't have this colony type either. Then we look at the image of your gram stain, and you had some purple circles, so we know that those are gram positive because they're purple. We know they are cocci because they are circles. So we can get rid of any gram positives that are not cocci because you do not have those either. So I'll get rid of those. I'll get rid of those. And I'll get rid of those. That leaves us with only two possibilities for our gram-positive bacteria. The other thing in your gram stain, we saw little red lines. So those would be gram-negative because they're red. Those would be bacilli because they're lines or rods. So we can get rid of anything that is a gram-negative cocci because we didn't have those. So we can get rid of these. So that leaves you with a lot of things that are now blank because you know you don't have them. So now your next step was to separate them so that you could actually perform some testing on them. You said that you wanted to do MSA testing. Now, knowing what you know about MSA, would the colonies that grew on it be your gram positive, or would they be your gram negative? And then you said you wanted to do some MacConkey agar. Well, knowing what you know about MacConkey agar, would that have gram positive or would that have gram negative growing on it? See, because you have selected the selective media that you did, you've now got two plates that are separated by gram stain. So now you have to get your gram-positive organism, and you need to figure out whether it's E. faecalis or S. epidermidis. So how are you going to do that? Well, look through the flow chart, find a spot where there's a branch that is the first place the lines of those two connect. That's the next test you need to do, and that should be enough to identify your organism that's gram-positive. Then, for your gram-negative, you want to do something similar. You want to take the organism that grew on your agar that selects for gram-negatives, and you want to run a test on it. What test do you want to run? Well, look at the group that's left of your gram-negatives and find the spot on the flow chart is the last spot where they branch, where those lines connect. That's the test you want to do next. And then perhaps there might be more testing you need to do after that. I'm pretty sure that I said that some of these were not going to be on anybody's reports. So I will check that in a moment, and I'll delete those off of here too. Okay, so I had also said that no one was going to have M. roseus, which you've already eliminated anyway, A. sobria, which was left, so I've deleted it now because no one has that, and there were two more, Corynebacterium pseudodiphtherium and Moraxella catarrhalis, which have been removed already because you were able to eliminate them anyhow. So when it comes to your gram-positive, you've got 2 to tell apart. When it comes to your gram-negative, your list is a bit longer, but at the most, it would be 2 more tests to identify clear down to species. Because if you came this way, and it turns out that this is where you are, well, you're done. If you come this way down the chart and you have these, your next step is to do the crystal ID. Crystal ID kits will give you the exact species name of your organism. So at the most, you have 3 more tests to do total on your lab report. I hope this helps you.